Episode 12, The Blood Moon. Amidst the chaos, pain, and desperate screams, stood the main puppeteer. The one who'd eagerly supported the idea of revenge, the one who volunteered to be the hand that would make the traitors pay the highest price. He looked upon the massacre he orchestrated with chilling indifference. The head of the family should always take responsibility for the consequences of their actions and decisions. They should remember they also affect the people they lead, their family. That was the lesson that his father, Raj, taught his son, Devdas. And Devnas was going to teach this to his growing son, Amrit. Every eldest heir was meant to understand what responsibilities rested on their shoulders. You, Idera, learn this lesson. Well then, let me do you a favor by teaching you. He looked down at the silver family ring on his finger. Silver. It's a constant reminder that he was only second best, and he'd always be watching everything from within his brother's shadow. Suddenly a scream of pain rang out, then drops of warm, scarlet liquid splattered across Vimel's hands and clothes. I get it, but okay. Perhaps dipping the ring in noble blood was going to change its color to gold. Vimel had listened to everything his father shared with Devdas, even if his brother took it for granted. But Vimel wasn't the same. He was born to rule, and like a true leader, he was going to take what belonged to him. Rishi was leaning over me, a puzzled expression on his face. Basu, what's wrong with you? Are you sick? You collapsed suddenly. That's what really happened. All the pieces were falling into place. Instead of answering, I remained silent. A thick lump of frustration was stuck in my throat. I knew that if I opened my mouth, I was going to definitely cry. The events of the past were hidden from me for a reason. Too many terrible things buried there, too disgusting to remember. Despite everything, Rishi helped me up. I looked at him with contempt. How can you support your father? A murderer, a traitor. How can you wear his ring? Is that what you want to become? Are you eager to take his place, a blood soaked in his friend's blood? What the hell are you talking about? Did you hit your head? Who killed all the Basus? Who staged the massacre and Klipagrami? What? What does that have to do with... You don't know. He stared at me blankly. They don't talk about this in our family. These matters do not concern anyone except the elders. That's what my father said. I was shocked to hear that even Rishi didn't know. He must have hidden that because he didn't want to scare you, but wanted to sow doubt instead. How can you trust someone who betrayed his friends and slaughtered their entire family? The fact that you don't know doesn't change anything. Vimil is a ruthless killer. Rishi recoiled from me, his eyes wide open. Yet, you're wrong, Amala. Surely you don't expect me to believe you at your word. You don't have to believe me because the ring on your finger, bearer of the Brahmin power, don't you feel how many lives its master has taken? What? Do you fear them? Even so, what am I supposed to do about it? You had your suspicions, didn't you? Rishi shyly put his hand, wearing the ring, in his pocket, and he said in a strangled voice, Enough talk. Take you back to the room or we'll both regret not going back right away. I'm not going anywhere. You'll have to drag me. Your father won't take me alive. Oh, you're in no position to dictate terms, are you? You're here because my father ordered it. Your opinion doesn't matter. I stepped around him and continued walking. But Reishi was in no hurry to let me go. He quickly caught up to me, grabbed my shoulder, and turned me around. Did I say you could leave? We're going back to the room. Okay, you're just a shadow of your father. You doing nothing is more harmful than Vimmel's actions. I'm gonna do with doing nothing. You stand on the sidelines and just follow his orders, but that doesn't make you any better. Who asked for your opinion? Do you think I know that father isn't always righteous? Your words will influence him into action, okay. It looked like Reishi was desperately trying to figure out how not to feel guilty. How could you even do it to him? He frowned, looking at me defiantly and exhaustedly. Then it dawned on me that's not what he was saying. What could we even do to him? That was what he was actually asking. And he wasn't asking me, but himself. He had done countless times before. Rishi was obviously scared of his father and hesitated every time he had to follow his orders. In asking me how I could stand against Vimmel, he was putting himself in my place, because he had been asking himself the same question every time he disagreed. Considering Vimmel's brutality and Rishi's gentleness, must have happened often. That's why he chose to consider his father's principles the absolute truth, following blindly, because then he wouldn't have to think about whether he was good or bad. But the closer Kalipuja got, the clearer it was that Vimmel had shifted to the wrong side. Rishi could see that and got scared. Again. I'd noticed his reluctance already in the past. Even that morning in the Calicut, he seemed downcast. It's too late, Amala. Right now, Father is preparing everything in the ritual hall. It's only a matter of time. There's no time left. He's almost done. Are you scared of him? It's how it should be. A good leader should be feared. Otherwise, there would be no respect. Isn't that obvious? No, a good leader should never be feared. I was right. He is agitating. This is not a lost cause yet. Rishi isn't like this. He's a gentle person and fell victim to his circumstances. The first time we met, it seemed to me that he was just a boy who was trying to live up to expectations. Win him over to your side. Holy diamond choice. Oh my god. A leader shouldn't be feared. A leader should be respected. He must be the first to follow the rules that he imposes. If a leader breaks their own rules, they're unsuited for their position. Unsuited. Excuse me. You have a silver tongue, but it's not going to get you anywhere. Rishi, he's a heartless monster who killed his friend's entire family. Will Vimmel spare you if he doesn't need you anymore? He has no principles. Even you, or even the faith you profess, is alien to him. Why do you think Davidos doesn't take part in this? In what? Take part in what? How do you know that my father is responsible for the massacre in Klipagrami? I saw it just now. And the priest who was there wore a silver ring with a tiger. Your ring, Rishi. There's no point in denying the truth. He couldn't have. The alliance, his honor, our principles. Grandfather taught us all this. What do you want to do to father? If you have it your way, then what? An eye for an eye. What's that supposed to mean? I want him dead, Rishi. I want to see him scream in pain. And his scream will echo those that filled Kripaglami that night. You're no better than him. I chuckled, disappointed. You think so? My strange smile quickly faded from my lips. Fine. It'll be up to you to decide his fate. This is my offer to you. If you join me, the choice will be yours. If you refuse, you'll both die. Rishi looked lost. He was taught to do what he was told without asking questions, but the most difficult thing for a leader was making his own decisions. This is very serious. When it's all over, you'll have to take place in new hierarchy. Think about what kind of world you want to live in. If you become the head of the Dubé family, he will continue to push you around and bully you. I will be the son of a traitor. It's not going to mean much better. Anything can be forgiven if you make an effort. You're not that kind of person, Rishi. I gave Rishi food for thought. He will make a choice at a crucial moment. He waved me off. Many families have sided with father. He has a chance of coming up on top. The Prasad family is with him. The Banerjees also promised to support us if Jaya becomes my wife. It's important to me that this happens. What's so special about Jaya? If I have to put up with the horrors happening around me, I just want to, at least my marriage to be happy. He's in love with her. Everything can change. You're not a puppet, but a person with the rights and your own wishes. You have the rights to choose a side. The right side, Rishi. Rishi shook his head dismissively. Besides, Jaya is in love with Kiran. It can't be! They spend a lot of time together, the way they look at each other. It's obvious. Rishi pursed his lips and looked away. It's impossible. It's just got it, and I've been, courting her? No, but I couldn't because I was already engaged, but now she won't be happy with you. Think about that too. More and more people are learning about the feelings between Kiran and Jaya. We heard male voices somewhere in the distance. I suddenly felt horrified, realizing that I've been talking too much. Let me go. I have to get out of here. You want Kiran and me to die? No, but I know I can't help you. You won't get away from here. Father's men are everywhere. People from other families are also arriving. I grabbed his hands and looked him in the eye. They were wide open, full of doubts, fears, and turmoil. You're a good person. I know that. That's why you feel torn about following your father's orders. And with those words, I hid my face with my head covering, turned around, and rushed away. Prayed to the gods that Rishi wouldn't call out to me or chase me. One of Emil's attendants approached Rishi. That's probably because they all think she's still in the room. Young master, are you with a maid in the garden at this hour? No, Hansel. Everything is fine. Does your father have anything to worry about? I'm telling you no, now go. Rishi thought about what you said to him and didn't give you away. You gave him a chance to turn his life around. To get from the garden to the exit, I had to cross a hallway. When I came across someone, I had to cover my face and look down submissively. As it turns out, the house was full of Vimmel's people, in every hallway, hiding behind every corner. Fortunately, they didn't hear about a maid. I was already close to the main exit when someone called out to me. Going somewhere? I froze, then mumbled. I'm going to the kitchen, as Master ordered. I walked away faster, but I had no idea where the kitchen was. God, where should I go? The man I saw with Rishi in the garden entered the hallway, and I bumped into him. Without saying anything to me, he reached for my head covering, pulling it away from my face. I wanted to shake off his hand, but he grabbed me tightly. Ah, a runaway Basu. God, sweet baby Jesus. I found myself between two of Emil's men. Just realized I was in who I was in less than a minute. I had no choice but to start running. I don't know which direction, as long as I could get lost in the hallways of the huge house. Ansel was taken aback, but Yaman was already used to my temper and knew what to expect from me, rushed after me. Where are you running, miss? You'll just fall into someone else's hands. I'm capable of more than just running away. I'll get tired eventually. I'm exhausted, which cannot be said about him. Can I use my abilities like I did earlier tonight? I saw a beautiful small vase in front of me. Never affect a big one, but I had a chance with that one. It was quite far. I only had a few seconds to try to do something with it. I'm 3 points shy. Which one was this? I forget which one this is. Was this the kindness or is this the rage? I don't know. Getting tangled in your own power. The day had been long and exhausting, so I wasn't thinking clearly anymore, especially at the moment when I needed to act quickly. Interact with space through my energy? Oh, I don't have time to think. My panicked attempt to concentrate my energies into a single flow, and my awkward hand wave only caused the ear to vibrate. I felt confused. I was too distracted and scared to do it properly. Shaken by the unpleasant sensation, I had to slow down. The second man caught up to us and blocked my way. Grabbing my arm, he pulled me toward the stairs. You think we're idiots? You dress up in rags thinking you wouldn't get caught, running around like a headless chicken. Yaman grabbed my other arm, tightly squeezing it in anger. Hurt. I frowned, glowering at him. Oh, why is our mistress so angry? I mean, sure. I yanked both my arms free with undisguised irritation and snapped. What do you think I am, some kind of dog? Even in the dirtiest rags, I'm still superior to you. Men were taken aback as I stepped closer and roughly shoved one of them. He barely moved, but looked slightly disconcerted. Even if I break your nose right now, I'll get away with it. And you'll scrape your own blood off the ground and keep quiet. Calm down. You must have a death wish. You're looking for a fight on your last day. I mean, it's better to go out fighting than to go out like a lamb. You can be sure that, before I die, I will curse you and your families. I belong to a sacred family, so you can be sure that Mahadevi will listen to my last wish. I'll die, and then you will writhe in pain. Would you like that? Maybe you should smarten up, be more polite to the one whose family has ruled yours since the beginning of time. Ansel clenched his jaw, looking at Yaman, who was clearly in charge. We heard you, miss. Whether you want to or not, we'll bring you back up anyway. They'll be more respectful to you. A maid is waiting for you. She prepared everything at the behest of the master. Prepared what? You will be dressed up for your death. They took me back upstairs. Where could I run? What could I do? Ahead of me lay only uncertainty, but it would be short-lived. Meanwhile, in the Doobies' residence, preparations were in full swing. Now that the cards were on the table, there was no point in lingering. Raton had returned to Tumulus Vitali for a while to regain strength. Killian had gone to the embassy to get what he needed and was supposed to be back in half an hour. Lima had agreed to stay with Kieran to keep an eye on him on the condition that one of Amrit's men would protect them. He could trust very few people, so the choice fell on Shakar. Amrit considered it unsafe for them to stay in his residence. His people had access to it. Shakir went to get the car and take Lima and Kieran back to Amala's apartment. I'll personally take you there to make sure you're safe. Let's wait for Shakar. Amrit was gone for a while, giving orders to his people. The families that supported him sent some of their sons and guards. Rai, Thicker, some other families. Kieran couldn't remember all of their names. A major conflict between the members of the elite was about to begin. A few minutes later, Amrit returned to the hall and sat down on the sofa, trying to keep his back straight. Kieran noticed that Amrit looked a little tired. This is also very draining. I can only guess how tired you are. You're responsible for everything that will happen next. I'm used to it. Lima was not sitting far from them, but she didn't understand what they were talking about. Emma saw no reason to talk in English unless it concerned the preparations. I was trained to be ready to solve problems, even if they were problems of our own making. Can't imagine how much it must hurt you. Amrit, who was sitting opposite Kieran, looked down, then thoughtful, he answered. Sometimes I think that you and Amala were lucky to be raised in a different place, in a different way. You protect each other and don't expect to get stabbed in the back. Here, that's a great luxury. I thought you all stood up for each other. And yet my father didn't reveal the real prophecy to anyone. He expected the worst from everyone around him. I know you heard it. Yes, I did. It was difficult for me to understand, but Father started reciting the prophecy. Everything became clear for some reason. How? Kieran shrugged his shoulders. It's like I was in some sort of trance. It was a weird feeling. Your choice will affect the future. I mean, I would assume that he is trying to protect us, right? And he is, like, doing everything he can to save Amala, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. So, I assume being open with him is okay. Either that or the devs lie with their pop-up saying that he would burn down everything to get Amala back. But anyway. Amrit rubbed his eyes, then sat up straight again. There was so much anxiety and pain in the movement, but he managed to hide it remarkably well. You're worried about her. I'd use a different word. So you and her are, a couple? Amrit pursed his lips in irritation. He didn't want to be rude, but he strongly disliked discussing those topics. A couple is a dull and trivial concept that you use in England. It's not the way we see it here. Molly's more than just a potential partner for me. She is my fated partner. The one I'm destined to spend my life with. Prove it. Amala let out a laugh. Amala, Jesus. Listen, I've baked in over 110-degree weather today, okay? I'm allowed to screw up here or there. Amrit let out a laugh, managing to keep to himself everything else he wanted to say. What? Think I'm asking something weird? Find it ridiculous. I don't owe you anything. But I'm her brother. It's customary for you to consider a man responsible for a woman. A man? Mature boys have nothing to do with this. Your uncle turned out to be an asshole. Do you think I can give my sister to you without a care in the world? Amrit finally looked at Kieran. It was hard, stared, didn't bode well. Basu, watch your mouth. Do you seriously want me to ask you permission to have the one that already belongs to me? No, she doesn't belong to you. Lima immediately noticed the change in Amrit's mood, and as she had seen him like that before, she started feeling alarmed. You're trying to meddle in affairs you're too young to understand. The last thing I'm going to do is convince you of my worth. She wants to be with me, I want to be with her, and I'll kill whoever has the slightest intention of harming her. Kamala's Vitala will seem like paradise to Vimmel when I get to him and break all of his bones. Not a single person, not a single cursed being can stop me from getting to Amala, my future wife. Have I made myself clear? One more outburst like that, Basu, and I'll have to teach you how you can and cannot talk to me. What the hell is going on? If I didn't love her, I wouldn't be sitting here with you. I take no pleasure in wasting my time on this. You'll have to respect me. Yes, and I will. When you'll become a part of our society, and only in those matters that concern you. Didn't I answer your question? Well, I suppose you did. He loves her. This posh, arrogant guy? At least it's in his best interest to save Mala as soon as possible, so it's a good thing. Suddenly, their conversation was interrupted by a woman Kieran had never seen before. Shakar led her into the room. She was holding some car keys, so he must have met the stranger in the courtyard.
Master, there's this lady.
Ah,
Father's bed warmer.
oh. Her. As soon as Lima saw her, she leaped off the couch. You! What's going on? Who is she? Jane just glanced at Lima nonchalantly, and she immediately turned to Amrit.
Mr. Dubé, may I speak to your father? It's urgent.
I'm the one you speak to now. I'm in charge. What do you want?
You?
Do I need to repeat myself? Are you dense?
Sorry.
What are you doing here?
Can you stay out of this, please?
Are you actually working for them?
I don't have to explain myself to you.
You're so done.
What? Are you going to report me? Good luck with that. Try living in Calcutta for years without the protection of one of the main families. Do you think I'm the only one?
Oh, she must be from the embassy. Wait, does that mean she's been leaking information all this time? How many people like her are there? Why don't you sit down and make yourself comfortable? Shakar, bring them some tea. The ladies want to chat. Amrit crossed his arms, a little exhausted.
Sorry, I'll get to the point.
Traitor. Ma told me she had a bad feeling about her, but I can't remember exactly what she said and when. You were suspicious of Jane from the very beginning. I know, thank you.
Grant is gathering people. The ambassador has assigned him a squad, and he's serious about it. Lightwood crossed paths with him in the corridor. They were talking about something. It seemed like they were planning a strike.
Just what we need. Idiot foreigners getting in the way. A squad? A strike? Amrit didn't bother answering. Shakar, put them in the car. I'll be right there. The man nodded and led everyone into the hallway. Kieran vaguely heard a maid's voice.
Mr. Sharma has arrived with your cousin. He demands to see you.
Lalit was standing in the hallway, clearly nervous. When she noticed Kieran, she immediately rushed to him, talking to him in English.
Basu, what the hell is going on? Where did she go? Why are the dozen going crazy? My husband is freaking out. He didn't even wait until morning. We came straight here from the festival. Father isn't answering his phone.
You really don't know?
Don't know what?
It's quite a mess. We found out today that your father has been planning to take Devda's place this entire time. He also kidnapped Amala. Don't look at me like that. Now your husband will find out for himself. Believe it or not, I don't care. She looked helplessly at Lima, who nodded. That's right. That's why I'm here. Lilith smoothed down her dark hair, not knowing what to do with her hands. Kieran sighed and asked her in Bengali, You don't know anything about this.
Why would they tell me? I am no longer a Dubé, but Rishi...
Does he have anything to do with it?
I'm sure he does. That's why he was so nice to you this morning. He was probably thinking about how he was about to murder your sister.
She pressed her lips in a thin line and suddenly shrieked.
Damn them! So it's all the same. What kind of madness is this?
Facing around the room, Lilith wailed.
Father, I can understand. Only the goddess knows what the hell is going on in his head. But Rishi! Oh, my brother.
They seem to be forcing people to pick sides. Some join the older brother, others the younger one. I've heard from Amrit that they are suspecting the Prasads and the Banerjees. That's already 2 out of the 10 families. Lilith stared blankly ahead. It was clearly a nightmare for her to choose between one side of her family and the other. Between her father and her uncle, between her brother and her cousin. Amala and Rishi are closer to her, getting nervous. Lilith, what are you thinking about?
Damn it, Basu, what the hell do you think? Rather, why are you standing here and not running around trying to save Amala?
That's what everyone else is doing right now. I don't want to get in the way. I did everything I could.
Sensible idea for once.
How long are we going to stand here chatting, Kerr? I'm getting very tired. And I don't like it here. Let's go. Wait a second. Lilith, we need to talk. Physically, there's not much I can do to help, but I'm a smart and enterprising guy. I have to find a way to be useful to Amala. Listen. The Sharmas should be on her side.
Oh really? Tell me more. What else do you think the Sharmas should be doing?
Stop it. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. I've had a shitty day too, can't you see that? We have to do something besides whining.
Weren't you the one looking down on us, on our culture, our traditions? Now what? Do you think you're the head of the Basu family?
What the fuck do I care about your culture right now, Lilith? My sister is missing, that's all I care about.
What does the Sharma family have to do with it?
Lima, who was watching the two youngsters practically hissing at each other, chimed in. I don't know what you're talking about, but you need to take it down a notch. Lilith ignored her.
We don't owe you anything. This is a dangerous conflict. When two tigers fight, heads roll. How can I even choose between my family members?
Kieran tried to calm down, spoke in a soft, soothing voice.
Well, think about what will happen if Vimal becomes the head of your family and the dozen.
There will be chaos, a massacre, no peace for you, and you might go back to living under his tyrannical rules.
He's not...
Uh-huh. He fell silent. Kieran kept pushing. What will happen instead if Amra gets in charge? We'll appreciate your support, and he's been kind to you, right?
Yes, very.
Isn't the choice obvious? Support those who take their rightful place, not those who kill their relatives.
And their friends.
Their friends?
I learned something. It was long ago. It was an accident. My father married me off right after that. Even before the planned date. Wanted to spare me for my brother so much I wouldn't say too much.
What are you talking about? Lilith looked at Karen sympathetically. It was very soft, rather unusual for her. She shook her head.
Not now, Basu. This is not the right time. You better pray for your sister. I'll tell you later if you want, I promise.
Karen paved the way for support to Amra.
I have nothing to say to you now. It would be my husband's decision, but I'll talk to him. I don't think he particularly likes my father anyway.
She turned around and went back to the hall to join Amrit and her husband. A few minutes later, everyone driven home. The darkness of the night had fallen on the city. The day had been eventful and exhausting. However, everyone seemed alert and ready to go. Adrenaline fear drowned out all the sense of fatigue. Music was playing loudly in the neighboring streets. People were dancing, singing songs, and celebrating. Amrit got out of the car and held the door open for Lima and Kieran. Go ahead, I'll talk to Shakar. He'll come up with you.
Listen, Dubé.
Lima tucked a strand of fiery hair behind her ear, gathering her thoughts.
Please do everything you can to help them. And her.
Them?
Lightwood and the embassy people. We're innocent. We'll be there. They're just doing their job. They are not going to interfere in your affairs. This is very important. Your family feuds don't concern us. Get her out of there and then do whatever you want.
Yes. Emma took a step towards Lima. She didn't move and lifted her head, not taking her eyes off of him. Then why did your secretary tell me that Gabriel Grant is gathering people?
To help Amala, of course.
Oh no. That started long before Kalapuja. Amala's disappearance is just an excuse to stick your nose where it doesn't belong. Amrit turned to Kieran. As joyful girls in bright clothes rushed past him, he went silent for a moment, and had already forgotten that Calapuja was still in full swing. When their eyes met, they turned away shyly and giggled embarrassed. Kieran, tell us how it really is.
Oh no. Why is he asking me? Does he think I can't lie to him? Gabriel did plan this before this whole mess started. I remember Amala mentioning it.
Due to one of your past choices, you found out that Gabriel was scheming against Amran.
Okay. Do I have to say yes? Amran already knows the truth. Maybe he's testing me to see whose side I'm really on. That's true. Mala told me about something like that when she came back from a walk with Gabriel. I honestly don't know the details, but I think it's too much. A lot of people will end up losing their lives.
That's right. That's how it will go.
Lima clasped her hands. For God's sake! What happens to Grant doesn't concern me at all. I'm only asking you to help Amala and Killian.
Lima walked inside the building, motioning for Kieran to follow her. He looked at Amrit one last time.
Help my sister, please.
And then he left. Amrit turned to Shakar. Protect them. Hold you responsible, got it? Protect the boy with your life. As for the woman, do what you can.
Of course, Master.
I'm sure Amala is not the only one Vimmel is targeting. I can't get that damn toothbrush out of my head.
You're talking about...
Yes. Collecting energy is a very serious matter. Remember. When they got to the right floor, Kieran suddenly froze.
What's wrong? The door. It's broken?
Lima took a closer look. The door handle looked crooked, as if it had been knocked out and then carelessly inserted back in. Kieran instinctively shielded Lima with his arm and took a step back. He didn't share keys with the enemy, so they had to break down the door.
This isn't right. Let's go back. Yes, I agree.
She added in a whisper.
What the hell? Who could have done this?
And at that moment, voices rang out, and then people came out of the apartment.
Oh. Find him, Ritwick, or I'll make you clean. Oh. Look, madame, the boy fell right into our hands.
Kieran reacted, even without thinking. He had been expecting something like this from Miss Kahan. Ritwick instantly lunged towards Lima, but Kieran quickly pushed her aside and held his arm high to protect himself. Lima fell to the floor, looking dumbfounded at the smiling woman who had once welcomed her into her house. Thanks to Kieran's quick thinking, however, Lima didn't get hurt. Kieran tried to shield Lima, glaring at Priyanka. What the hell? Get away from us. Amrit and Shakar will be here any second and they're going to rip your heads off.
Oh, Kieran, you taught you to speak to your elders like that. Your sister wouldn't talk to me like that. You must have picked it up at school. Well, never mind, we'll fix it.
She leaned towards Kieran, eyes wide open and a smile on her face.
Oh, my boy should be well-mannered. My hair.
The hell? You crazy old woman? Oh, madam, can I slap him? Listen to him. He's not watching his mouth.
Be careful. Don't bruise my son. Hurry up. We don't want to run into the Dubé's guard dog.
Her son? She's gone bonkers. She's going to regret this. First, Priyanka. Kieran gritted his teeth, beside himself with rage. Just the sight of the insane woman who had gone to the most extreme lengths to in the grip of her unhealthy obsession made his stomach turn. He squeezed his hand, imagining Priyanka's throat in it. Its image suddenly made his chest feel strangely warm, almost as if he was losing control. When Kieran spoke, he didn't sound like himself. So much venom in his voice that it resembled more of a hiss of a cobra.
You'll pay for this. You'll pay for everything, Priyanka Banerjee.
dark flame flickered in his green eyes. Blood rushed to his cheeks.
You were destined to have children, and you will never have them. Never. Curse you for everything you've done. I will never be your son. I will become the source of your suffering, just as you've become the source of mine. Witch, curse you, curse you, curse you, curse you!
Kieran cursed Bianca. This will affect the plot. Bianca looked seriously frightened. She flinched nervously and yelled,
Redwick, shut him up!
Kieran didn't have time to say another word. Redwick knocked him out with a punch to his neck. Dizzy, Kieran felt about to pass out.
We're screwed. Take them away through the back door before Shakir shows up. He'll kill us both if he sees us.
Don't worry, madame. Look, he's still chatting about Dube. Oh, we got a couple minutes for sure. Kieran collapsed on his side, his eyes rolling back. What about Lima?
She is
She is literally an agent with the embassy. She had a gun. Where'd her gun go? I don't know. Plot armor, plot twist. I don't know what you want to call it, but swear to God, I don't understand it at all. She's a literal air agent for the agency, but I don't understand. I stood still while Madhu was changing my clothes. My soul felt completely empty. I was terrified. So kind of pissed off at this. I didn't pay any attention to the fabric she wrapped around me. All my thoughts were focused on how hopeless my situation was. Moon attire. Sun attire. White attire. Man, moon attire's interesting. Why is the scarf, right? I'm assuming it's a scarf or some shit. Why is it floating above my head? Just asking for a friend. Screw it. Let's go with the... What? I didn't mean to click that, but... Why is it a click in the middle of the screen that brings up a diamond thing? Okay, weird. Okay. Anyway. Fine. We're wearing hardly any... Isn't this like taboo in India, by the way? I could be wrong, but anyway. Alright, here we go.
Your death as the Messiah symbolizes the end of the cycle and the beginning of a new life, a rebirth. That's why your outfit is white.
I don't give a damn.
Now let's emphasize your importance.
Really? Solar Mahavadivi crown. Does it matter? I think Solar looks a little stupid though. Sure, we'll do the crown. Slowly the diamonds are draining.
The sun symbolizes the power and authority of the Basu family. The moon carries the wisdom and foresight of the Dube family.
Will you shut the fuck up? I added that part. I actually hate her. Okay, hold on. Moon is the nose ring. Okay, so it's a nose ring. Can I go with no nose ring at all? Just asking for a friend. What was it? I don't know. You know what I'm actually gonna do? Let's go with the free one. I've spent enough.
These stones.
I swung my hand and Madhu instinctively flinched. One more word and you'll get hit again. Didn't you have enough already? Who touched your broken nose? I don't give a damn what this fucking outfit means. I'm telling you to shut up.
Master told me to explain to you the meaning of each aspect of the ritual.
Oh, yeah, no. This is murder, not a ritual. I don't care what kind of rags I die in. Suddenly I heard voices and noises coming from the hallway. Some of them seemed familiar to me. What's going on out there? Yaman was standing by the slightly open door. He had politely turned away when Madhu had started changing my clothes, not wanting to insult me. These are the sick matters, miss. If you all come to watch the ritual, then most men are polite when talking to you. It's because I smacked the shit out of him with a bassoon name. We participate, rather.
The sacrifice of the Messiah to the glory of Mahadevi Likali is a rare and very significant event. Your precious blood will grant them the blessings of the Dark Mother and a good luck. Luck is the last thing my blood will grant them. Once I reach the other world, I'll make sure that it brings them only misfortunes. Yaman shrugged his shoulders, about to leave. The souls of those whose bodies are sacrificed don't return so easily from Damas Vitala. Bring her to the ritual room when I tell you, Madhu. Yaman left, closing the door. Wait, take the nose ring off and strangle her with it. I mean, it does have a necklace that goes to your ear. It is possible. I turned to Madhu. What's happening? The maid hesitated. She was reluctant to speak. Bitch, I will smack you again. I swung my Yes, queen. Oh my god. We are vibing today. I swung my hand again, scaring her. You better speak if you care about your face. Otherwise, I'll take that candlestick and I'll beat you until my own hand hurts. Madhu recoiled from me. The Pradas and the Calhouns have arrived. Maybe the Banerjees too. 3 families. The Calhouns. Is Priyanka here too? Yes, they brought the boy who was promised to them for the ritual, and a red-haired woman. Ah, so they stole Lima. I rushed towards her, holding her by her shoulders. The boy. What boy? Madhu was frozen in terror, but she didn't dare to remain silent. Your brother, Miss Kiran Basu. My fingers trembled and my heart started pounding. Brother, my brother. And a red-haired woman? Saw them at the Dubey's estate earlier tonight. He was talking to Jaya Banerjee. I don't know what happened next or where he was taken. At the Dubey's estate. Amrit's house? Yes, they all gathered there to find you. All the while you were hiding right under their noses, you snake. Your brother is smart. He barely looked at me and immediately guessed that I ran away after that. He probably told everyone right away. Roughly pushed Madhu away from me. She grabbed onto the dresser to keep from falling down. Carrying his hair. They're probably dragging him to the ritual room for my visions. And Lima too. Oh my god, of course. She was there with him, protecting him. Oh no. How could I have let this happen? When my gaze fell on the door, I remember I didn't hear the lock click. I'm going to leave now. I need to go downstairs. You better pretend you didn't see anything. Ah, but... Regretted teeth, and while staring daggers at her, I repeated, You'd better pretend you didn't see anything. The trembling maid silently watched me open the door and rush out. As it turned out, there were guards by the door. Hansel, who was momentarily distracted, was so surprised that he almost fell off his chair. Hey, where do you think you're going? He rushed after me. I ran as fast as I could, not knowing where. Nothing mattered anymore. Waiting for help, coming up with a plan. No, it was all going to take too long. I was in such a state that if anyone had dared to touch me, I would have bitten their hand off. Kira and Lima were in danger right there. Right then. It was my fault. Both of them could have been safe in England, but instead, they were there because of me. Their lives were in my hands, and it was as if I had just squeezed my fingers, destroying any future they might have had. I won't let this happen. Wait, miss, there's nothing you can do. You'll only make it worse. 2 more men rushed after me, alerted by the screaming. Hansel, Ridgewick, what the hell is going on here? Look, the Basu woman has escaped. She's quiet, just like that young one. Another man called out from one of the many rooms. Hey, do you need help? Why does she keep running around? Are you playing with her or what? We'll deal with her.
3 men rushed after me, trying to catch me. I was on the edge, my strength and agility fueled by how terrified I was. I was trying so hard to escape, I couldn't let them catch me again. The outfit the Madhu put on me was getting in the way. I didn't pay attention to it. All the doors in the hallway seemed blocked by several people. I almost reached the main door when a few male hands roughly grabbed me and pulled me back. I fell. Ansel and Yaman lifted me by my shoulders, and I found myself on my knees. Ritwik cursed. "You disobedient bitch! Don't talk to her like that. Do you even know who she is? She's a Basu. You'll pay for such words." "I don't care who she is. Now she belongs to the master, which means she's worth nothing." I started squirming and yelling, and all the despair that had accumulated over the past few hours poured into my scream. Let me go, or you'll regret it, all of you. I will destroy you." Ritwik spat on the floor and then slapped me in the face with the back of his hand. The blow made my head jerk back. Everything went dark for a second. Felt as if I was lost in space for a few moments. Ouch. My lip suddenly felt wet. A metallic taste spread in my mouth. The men held me tight as if they thought I would slip away at any moment. The fingers dug into my skin, hard enough to leave bruises. It hurt. But one thought was so much more painful than any of that. It shattered all hope and deprived me of strength. I wasn't going to get out of there, no matter how hard I tried, no matter how much I tricked them or begged them. That was it. That was the place where I was going to die. Where my brother was going to die. Where the Basu family would end its bloodline. Tears welled in my eyes. I knew that if I tried to blink them away, I was just going to burst out crying. No, don't you dare. Fight this. Fight this. Fight this. Dig your nails into your palms. I clenched my fist so hard that my nails almost broke skin. A sharp throbbing pain shot through me, sobering me up. I really needed that. It distracted me from the sense of panic and gave me the strength to fight on. Do something. Don't be scared. What is she mumbling? Ansel twisted my arm. My muscles cramped so hard that my fingers twitched. He was trying to make it clear that I wasn't going to go anywhere. Come on, hurry up. Drag her there. Mr. Dubé is waiting. He has everything ready. And the boy? Yes. She brought that cup to kill him. The boy. Who was she? What cup? Kill him? I knocked him out so hard that he almost died in my arms. She would have had a fit if that happened. She is also a woman, pretty. I'm not sure what they're going to do with her. Oh, what? Are you putting yourself forward? Started laughing. Their grip on me felt as tight as ever. I couldn't stand it. Helpless tears started rolling down my face. No, not my brother. Lima, please take me, but they... Ugh, what's this, Dares? I sobbed, trying to hold back my overwhelming emotions. The game was over. There was nothing I could do. Absolutely nothing. Grandma and Mom protected their precious children, knowing what was waiting for us in Calcutta. And Dora, who went insane, was going to be left alone. Worst nightmare. True, the Dark Mother had gotten the Basu family. Suddenly, I heard some commotion coming from the outside of the front door. The men tilted their heads to the side, confused. What's happening out there? New guests? Are the families from the dozen coming in? I don't know. I should go take a look. Aren't we waiting for the Dixits, Ritwik? Go check it out. Ritwik had hardly taken a step when the main doors of the former Basu residence crashed open. Okay, we got Amrit. Gillian. Who's that to the right? Come on, come on. And Ratan. There we go. That's my boys right there. And this is where you fade out, so we get a picture of all three. No, we don't get that. 3 tall, imposing figures appeared in front of us. Amrit, Killian, and Ratan behind them, more people. First thing they saw was me crying, with a split lip, on my knees, with men holding me on either side. There was a fire burning in Amrit's eyes. He slowly shifted his gaze from the first man to the second and the third. And then he looked back at me as I stared at him as my greatest and last hope. Amrit. I mean, of course we're going to pay 26 diamonds for what's about to happen to Raywig. He touched me. It was quicker and silent movement, nothing more than a wave of his hand, his family ring shimmering on his finger. Several dark creatures crawled out of the walls and obediently attacked Ritwick. Ah! Latched onto his arms, legs, neck, and his face. They gnawed at him, tore him into pieces, and drove him mad. God! Die, you useless creatures! Amrit won't tolerate anyone hurting you. I'd hope not. Ansel and Yaman watched with undisguised horror as the tormenting souls devoured the other man. Ah! It hurts! Amrit squeezed his fist tighter, furious, and Ritwick's voice quickly faded away. The others were shaking in terror. They all stepped inside the house, promising hell for everyone who mistreated me. I heard more voices behind them. They hadn't come alone. The noise attracted more people from inside the house, up to a point. Everyone had ignored my screams. Yaman, Ritwick, and Hetzel's laughter. But when strangers broke in, a whole group of people ran into the hall. I was no longer restrained, and as I collapsed on the floor, I lifted my head. Hope rekindled inside me. Maybe all was not lost yet. I started crawling away from where I knew the slaughter was about to begin. Amrit pulled out a blade I hadn't seen before. Those following behind him, members of other families, as well as Rattan and Killian, were going to kill everyone there who had dared stand in their way. And that meant one thing only. They were going to kill everyone. Screams, blood, commotion, and groans. The blades rang, hitting each other. Light flashed from all the quick movements. It was wild, primitive, no matter how far progress leads us. Human nature is always going to harbor a thirst for blood and predatory aggression. I mean, it's not wrong. I'm not gonna lie, it's not wrong. Everything came down to the desire to kill each other. I mean, kinda. Listen, you hurt someone I love, right? Yeah, I'm gonna kill you. I'm going to literally torture you. I'm just saying. Follow me, and you will never be on your knees again. Neither our own nor someone else's, rejected by all. A person without a home, a person without a past will never have a future. Follow me, child. You will rise from the ruins of your kind and bring others to their knees instead of kneeling yourself. Started shaking. She was drawn by the scent of spilled blood. My Devi's whisper so close and clear. Only one thing. Oh, it was her. The blood moon had risen. The Dark Mother had restored her full power. The Messiah was here. Somewhere. I really wish you would have panned out to show all three. Or panned in, maybe when they come through the door, it would have been all three, and then you panned in and went to each one of them. That would have been cool too. Either one. Because now I'm going to try and, get them all three together in, a thumbnail, you know? Make the thumbnail look cool, I guess. I don't know. I'll give you 4. I'll give you 4. Been a while since I gave you 4, right? I feel like at this point, correct me if I'm wrong, is there gonna be another wall for rage or kindness? Because, now I'm at 87 versus 85, I needed to be at 85. For the prior? It was either this episode or last episode, right? For 85? So I'm kind of sad that I wasn't at 85, just saying. Yeah, anyway. 1 independence, 4 loyalty, 4 respect, 1 rage, 6 kindness. Diamonds! Alright, so episode 13. Got only a couple left. Right? She's both the spider and the web. She traps you in her threads and also gives you complete freedom. Interesting. Alright, so if you did enjoy, right, which I gotta say, Kali author, right, actually does a lot of consistently long episodes. And I enjoy that. I'm not gonna lie, I actually enjoy that. So let me know you guys' thoughts on that. But we're coming to the near. Wow, we're coming to the near. We're coming near the end, aren't we? So yeah, let me know you guys' thoughts. But without further ado, thanks for watching. Catch you on the next video. Peace.